Okay, here we are. Not a planned one. You know, like drinking beer every night. You know, sometimes you just can't resist certain things. Somebody's here. 2 people are here. Yes. Okay. Oh, one person's here. The other one's quit. That's it. Jesus, no one's here. Nobody's here. They're both gone. I've got a thumbs up anyway. I've got 2 people who were here, but they've scarpered. What did you expect? I mean, did you expect Brad Pitt to appear on the screen? Those 2 people who tuned into this live stream and then looked at my face and thought, oh no, not this sad drunken bastard again. Oh well, never mind. Okay, there's more people have gone back. Whoever you 2 people are, go watch Coronation Street or whatever you do. Okay, here be more on. Hello, Ed. Nice to hear from you. Lol, yes. Steve Dillon. Good evening, Eddie. Hey, Steady Eddie. Yeah, Steve Dillon. Pardia. DJ23 Mike. Hey, Ed. Okay. 2-9 morning from Sydney. What am I drinking? You want to talk about alcohol already? Don't be talking about that. It's Holston anyway. I quite like Holston. Nice and cold. Okay. Good evening. I will keep this live stream quite short. I haven't said that. I said the same about the last one, and it went on for about 2 hours. I'm sorry about the interruption on that one, by the way. This primitive. Let me just say that this primitive device that I'm using, this Hawaii or whatever it's called, you know, hopefully it will be replaced soon when I get around to it. But now is not the time to be shopping for things and, you know, technological stuff. I like to buy that from department stores, not from Amazon or whatever. But you know, so I will replace. Actually, I have actually bought myself a new mobile phone this week. I don't know whether, you know, that's going to replace this as the live stream. I don't know. I'm not really a mobile phone sort of person, but it's you know, you never know. I'll experiment with it. I could just do the trick. It's one of those. What is it called again? It's a Samsung and Delilah. That's what it is. My new mobile phone is a Samsung and Delilah. Yeah. It's got a picture of Victor Mature on the front cover of the box. Okay, anyway, here we go. Jesus Christ, you can't get me away from these live streams now, can you? You can't. You know, I'm having fun. I'm kind of like somebody who goes to karaoke now and again, you know, and watches other people doing karaokes, but never actually, you know, plucks up the courage to get up there and get the microphone. And when this person finally does, you know, pluck up the courage to get on stage in front of, you know, a dozen people or whoever, and grab the microphone to do a karaoke, it goes down so well and they enjoy it so much, you can't get the bloody microphone off them again. They want to do karaoke's all the time. They want to take over the stage. Well, hopefully I'm not like that. Hopefully I'm not behaving like that. You know, some of my, who's that? A Rays fan. What's this? A Rays fan. We go back to Pattaya. Will all the clap be cleared up? Who's got the clap? Have you got the clap? Have you got the clap? You telling me? You know, I see, you know, people clapping on, you know, for public workers and all this kind of stuff. Have you got the? Oh, no, okay, no. We'll stop talking like this. No, stop talking like this. You know, times are hard. You know, and I need my YouTube advertising. Okay, where are we? Let's see. It was something. Let's see. It was someone mentioned. Yeah, okay. Who's that? Where we going? Okay, someone's answering, like, you know, the title. It's Daniel Bell. Yes, he was right to extend it, as he's handled it badly from the beginning. If he handled it better, we could be in Germany's position now. Yeah. Okay, you know. Well, I suppose there is politics in the title. Okay, now, for those who don't know, in the UK here, our Prime Minister is something, especially where I live. People are not interested in politics. They don't want to know about politics. They want to know about football. I live in a community here in the UK where you know, if football is the only conversation, you know, if you're not talking about football, and they don't want to know what you're talking about. You know, some people have simply got no conversation other than football. But the fact is that this is all changed now. It's all changed, hasn't it? You know, football is not around at this moment in time, and no one's talking about it. And I've never known a time that people are so interested in politics or current affairs. Maybe because the current affairs at the moment are very, very much in your face. They affect us all. Okay. So let's see. Okay, Maple Charlie. Somebody's been drinking and is happy now. Yeah, I've been drinking. I'm going to continue drinking, and yeah, I've actually had quite a good day. I've had quite a good day. Oh, Craig Robinson. Hi, Eddie. Hope all is well, buddy. What's the drink tonight? French brandy bottled in Liverpool. More of that later. There's sad news regarding that. There is very, very sad news regarding that. I'll mention it later. Okay. Okay. Keep you in suspense for that one. Okay. When's this bloody takeover happening? What takeover? What takeover? What is it about football or something? I don't know. You know, is there a bloody military coup planned or something? Okay. Eddie, where's your favourite holiday destination you have travelled to? Probably be the ones that I've travelled to most times, which would probably be, you know, Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, been there quite a lot. There's still one more video, by the way. I know that Vietnam series has been going on and on and on and on. I filmed quite a lot there, but there's still one video. Probably the reason I'm doing this live stream tonight is that this video has taken a bit of a while. And I am back at work now, earning money for my next travels. But there is one more Vietnam video to finish off on, and that will be one about the overall cost of Vietnam. For those who've never been to Vietnam, great country. How much you're likely to spend, you know, what are the prices for food and drink and all that. That's coming very, very soon. It's coming soon. Hopefully I can get that one out this week. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Let's see. Doom and gloom on Pattaya. Well, you know, no one's being cheerful like this. Simon and Siam, Jules Caleron ran out. Yeah, that's about the gist of it. I've got a replacement for it, but, you know, I wouldn't say it's an ideal replacement. Okay, let's see now. Daniel Quigley, hello. Ivan, have you been to Java, Indonesia? No, I haven't been to Java. No, the only place in Indonesia I've been to is Bali, and I was not keen on it. I went in the rainy season, but it was just, you know, it just didn't do for me. It felt very, very negative in Bali. Isn't you mentioned Java? You know, presumably that's an island in Indonesia. Wasn't there a famous movie or a notorious movie with a terrible title made? I think it was around the 1950s, something like that. Wasn't it something to do with a volcano and it had the title West of Java? This, and when actually it's actually east. It's actually east of Java, or it was something like that. One of the worst movie titles ever. Sean the Prawn, Eddie, is the roast chicken on? No, the roast chicken was on last night, and with some of the leftover roast chicken, I made a very, very nice curry. I have now had a bloody good curry and potato wedges, and it went down well. Listen, let me tell you something about chicken. Where I get my medium chickens, I can get 2 for about £7 out of the co-op. I mean, I don't need to advertise, but you know, you can. And they're bloody good. Now, the thing is, I eat the chicken breast as a, you know, with the roast dinner, yeah. But the actual legs, which I leave in the fridge the next day. I never get around to eating them. Now, it just so happens that my neighbour has got a dog, a beautiful German Shepherd dog. And it looks like a fearsome creature, but I've kind of made friends with this dog. You know, I wouldn't like to be coming home one night and all of a sudden this dog just jumps out of nowhere and gets nasty. But basically, I've decided to make friends with this dog, and I know how to make friends with the dog. What I've done is I've chopped up the chicken, the leftover chicken that I don't get around to eat. Took all the bones out because you mustn't give dogs chicken bones because they splinter on their insides. Just the pure meat. So this meat, which I never get around to eating, I've got it all together, and whenever the dog sees me, I always Yeah, I was running to the kitchen, and I feed the dog. I woo the dog. I win the dog over with nice little bits of chicken. Beautiful, beautiful dog and all that. I know every time this German Shepherd sees me, he jumps up and down, and you can see what his face is saying. It's saying, "Come on, come on, never mind stroking me. Where's the chicken, man? Where's the chicken? Come on, you got some chicken for me." And I'm kind of a bit worried that one of these days I'm run out of chicken, and the dog is going to see me, and I have to break the bad news that I haven't got any chicken, and bastard thing's going to attack me. But we'll see anyway. Okay, I'm digressing a little bit here. What are we talking about? Okay, Miguel Andre, yeah, okay, nice to see it. Robin Hood's here, okay, yeah, fine, thank you. Let's see, maybe a Merry Men here as well. Daniel Mills, not going to answer that one. We're going to keep it clean here. We're going to keep it clean, okay? Let's see. What is it now? Let's see. Top Gun. Sam here in Pattaya. Okay, nice to see you. Dixie Normas. Eddie, are you a gigolo in the UK? Well, so nice of you to say so. What a nice thought that would be, eh? Yeah. Maybe I could be a gigolo for those 20-stone women who go to the local social club. Yeah. Oh, Jesus Christ. Let's see. Where are we? Come on, Eddie. Whatever. Eddie, that's an interesting question. Where's Mac? Ed, if you can go back to. Let's see now. Someone said, yeah, if you can visit anywhere in the past and why, where would it be? Jesus, I mean, your memories are damn good, especially memories of Thailand and when you first went there, and Cambodia. I wouldn't mind the first visit to, Phnom Penh, which I've told about before. I was told that's a terrible city. So I thought I'll just get in there, see the place, and then get out. And I ended up staying, a lot longer than I planned. And Phnom Penh, oh, fantastic. I had some great times there over the years. Fantastic. Yeah, wonderful. Vietnam, the first time I went to Saigon many years ago. Wow. But then later you revisit these places and you don't enjoy, well, you still enjoy them, but you're not as excited by them with repeat visits as what you were on your first visit. But maybe that's just because you never forget your first ones. You never forget the first time you went there. Let me tell you, I've had a couple of, when I'm traveling over the years, I've had a couple of real wow moments. I mean, moments where, wow, I'm somewhere I never ever thought I could be. Wow, you have that wow feeling. One of them was when I was in Vietnam, when I first arrived in Saigon, and I was staying in a hotel in Phan Laos Street, and basically, people. This is not for almost 20 years ago, and people back then said, "You're crazy, going. That's a dangerous country." Like, well, no, it is. I didn't believe it was anyway. But those kind of words still ring in your ears. And I went through the hassle of getting the visa, which was a bit of a hassle, and that long flight, and I never slept on the plane. And after that long flight, I got to my hotel in Saigon, and I thought I just want to get in that hotel, crash out, and maybe explore the place. Very, very nervously the following day. And Jesus, when the taxi came from Saigon airport to the hotel, I looked at the window and I seen all the activity of the place, all these beautiful girls on motorbikes, and the whole buzz of the place. Just wow, just literally, I forgot that I hadn't slept for about 24 hours. I got in the hotel, and the welcome that those people give you, man. The girl who the receptionist, Jesus, she was like a Miss World. She was so beautiful, and she had one of those traditional Vietnamese dresses on, and the whole excitement of it. And then I thought, to hell with this, I'm not tired anymore. I'm getting out there, and I went in the hotel. I got changed. I got changed. I showered. And then within about half an hour, I was out in the bars, and there was a very really good rocking bar close by. I went into this crowded bar in Vietnam, a country I thought I'd never be able to visit. And I went to the bar. I thought I'll order me drink, and the Vietnamese bartender, he's one of those, they pour you, a plate of nuts as well, and he shook my hand. How are you, my friend? Brilliant, and all that. I remember being there. There's girls there, give me a nice smile. I remember being in this bar, and I thought, wow, this is one of those wow moments. All these people are telling me don't go to Vietnam, and here I am after this long journey. I'm in this bar, and the vibe of this place is just unbelievable. That was one of the great wow moments. It's absolutely wonderful. It's still a great place. Still a great place, Vietnam. Oh, by the way, the other wow moment, that's when, I crossed from Colombia into Brazil, from Leticia to Tabatinga, and took a boat on the Amazon. When I was in that boat on, going through oh, Jesus Christ, man, Jesus Christ. I was on that boat for 3 days. It was probably a Brazilian vessel. That was a real wow moment. Okay, anyway, where are we now? Let's see. Get some funny questions here. My first go-go in Bangkok. Kevin Ennis. My first go-go bar in Bangkok was Long Gun in 1997. Have you ever visited there? No, I don't believe it. No, Long Gun. I'm not familiar with Long Gun, but in Bangkok, well, I'm sure they're bloody good. I'm missing them already. John Mitch is here. Yeah, how are you, John Mitch? Yeah, nice to see you, John. Okay. We got one of those. There's one of those trolls. I don't like to talk about this. A bunch of knobheads, attention seekers. But there's one that's appeared there, and he only uses one word. He can't. Perhaps he could learn that. One word sentences. Don't quite cut it. You never know. If he grows up a bit and starts reading a bit more, he might put other words before and after the one word. And then he might even call that a sentence. Learn to actually make a sentence, you idiot. Okay, the English language is a wonderful thing. So many other countries use it. Learn some grammar, learn to make a sentence. You can't be making sentences out of one word. Gareth Potter, how are you, Gareth? How's it going, mate? Are you in Wales, Gareth? Are you in Wales? Lovely country, Wales. Yeah, I've had many a nice time in Wales. Come on, chat, come back to me. Come back to me, chat. Bloody good, okay. John Mitch had a wow moment in Colombia. In Colombia. Yeah, Colombia is a very much an place. I've actually been to Colombia. I've been to Colombia about 10 years ago when I traveled through the country. And it was a fantastic traveling experience, and it was amazing. Maybe it's more of a hotspot for the ladies nowadays. Oh, you need to suss that out. Maybe I think you've got to get away from the cities. There's got to be some beach resorts in Colombia. I want to get away from you got to go upstairs to the cities and some islands. The islands are absolutely beautiful. The ones where when you go from Cartagena and get the boats out to those islands. Jesus, those islands are pure paradise they are. Colombia's got to be on the menu for me sometime. Got to be on the menu for me. Okay. Where are I? Chat, come back to me. Come on, chat, come back to me. I'm missing you already. Craig Roberts, Eddie, do you reckon you ever settle down with a bird from here? You saw the United Kingdom. Will I ever settle down with a bird from the United Kingdom, or are those days well and truly over? I would say that they are well and truly over, simply because I'm getting on a bit, and I don't have the hots. I don't fancy the female equivalent of me. I don't want a girl like a woman who drinks beer every night and bangs on about his chicken dinners all the time and is overweight and hairy I'm hairy as well. I'm not just fat, but I'm hairy as well. I don't want a fat, hairy woman. It was the female equivalent of me. So I think those days are over, well and truly. I'll leave all the local women. I'll leave them to the guys my age who like to go to their local social club on a Friday and Saturday night, and the highlight of their life is the meat draw. Last week they won a chicken, and the week before that, well last month ago they got really lucky. They won a leg of lamb. Okay, so anyway, where are you going? Let me see. What are we on now? Neil, I can't remember what your question was, Neil. I don't remember what your question was. Miguel Andy, hairy girls. No, I don't like hairy girls. No, I don't like hairy. I don't like tattooed women either. I think it's just funny that, isn't it? When I was a young man, I used to go around the clubs in Liverpool, and some beautiful, whatever you think of their accents, there were some beautiful girls in Liverpool and all that. And I used to, wait, give the girls, my usual, usual favourite lines. I can tell you're a classy girl. You know how to spell your tattoos right. And it was a joke in those days. It was a joke. It's not a joke anymore. They really have got tattoos. Women, even old women, have really got tattoos. Whenever I think of tattoos, I think of, Jesus, Desperate Dan. Even I don't even sure he had tattoos, but nevertheless, that's what I think of. Okay. Yeah, Kamasuki, bingo with 40 stone wife. Oh, you've done better than me there, mate. Matthew Snow, how are your chicken dinners, Eddie? Chicken's so cheap and it's tasty, and you can do so many things with it. You can even feed the dog next door. Okay. Absolutely. Matthew Snow, yeah. Elsie, or just that Lizzie or whatever. Elsie, have I ever been to China? No, I have never ever been to China. Never. I've flown with China Airways, but never actually gone around China. The main reason for that, I think, is because I like to go abroad in the winter time, the British winter time, where countries like Southeast Asia, Thailand, Cambodia, they have their most fantastic weather at the time that I like to go away, November to April, around about that time. Whereas China's cold then, isn't it? It's cold. It's a cold country, China. In the pits of winter here in the UK, I want to go somewhere where I'm going to be in my shorts and t-shirts. I don't want to be going to a country that's colder than this one. So that's probably why I've never ever been to China. But I'd like it, one of these days. Nothing against China, nothing against Chinese people. Okay, who we got here? Mr. Mitch. Good to see you, Mr. Mitch. Good to hear from you here. Glad you're here. Okay, Crowley. So what were we talking about? Okay, we were talking about our beloved Prime Minister. Let's not knock him. Let me just say that he went through a terrible time recently. And I know that this is controversial with some people. Some people, can I say, some people will claim that's a bit of a publicity stunt. No, I'm not going to go down that. I don't believe that. He was in hospital, and I think he was genuine. My own personal, I think it was absolutely genuine, and I'm glad that he's pulled out of it. He's not my favourite person, but I'm glad that he's pulled out of it. I think he's a genuine person, because the fact is he went into hospital, he even went into intensive care at one point, and I regardless of what some people think, I've heard conspiracy theories. I think that genuinely happened to him, because to be honest with you, that's a hell of a secret to keep. If it wasn't true, what was happening then, it's a hell of a secret to keep. Someone sooner or later is going to spill the beans. No, he went through a tough time, and I'm just glad that he's pulled out of it anyway. And what he said, I thought his speech was quite good, actually. I did think his speech was pretty good. Let's see. Gee, who's this? Who's this on here now? Who's situation? Women's situation? Guval Ilyug. Hi, Ed, from Liverpool. You've been to Rio's, Flintlocks? Well, I'd say I've never heard of Rio's in Liverpool. Maybe that's what's called now, but Flintlocks was one of my old homes in the 1980s. That was a good little bar. You know, you go downstairs, or well, I think it was all downstairs, but yeah, but bloody good. Oh, yeah, I have some fond memories of Flintlocks in the 1980s. That was my favourite little club in Liverpool. What street was that in now? What street was it in? Was it Seal Street? I can't remember. I can't remember. But that was, I had me fun there. I had some great results. I had some great results, you know, in those days in Flintlocks. Yeah, marvelous. I was a young man about town in those days, and you know, and I had some fantastic. And the girls in those days, they didn't have tattoos. They didn't have tattoos, and they didn't have silicone, and they. No, let's not get rude. No, let's not get rude. I was going to say something, you know, shaving it. No, whatever. Well, you know, I won't go there. But I think you get what I'm saying. No, they were lovely girls in those days. Flintlocks. I remember Flintlocks with affection. There's not many things I remember from my youthful times with affection, but that was certainly one of them. I had some great results. And if any girls out there who you know, remember me from Flintlocks, hi. I remember you as well. Okay, right. There you go. Do any girls actually watch this live stream? I don't think they did. Okay, let's see. Who's that now? Turkish Airlines. Oh yeah, let's see. Neo Chow Bomber. Turkish Airlines has started to fly to Thailand now. Well, that's bloody good. That's good news. Well, one of the stories which gave me a bit of a twisted laugh this week. What is it? The PPE, the personal protection equipment, and they are currently, you know, had, you know, tons of it flown in from Turkey. You know, tons of it. You know, what was it? 800,000 uniforms of this personal protection equipment, but when it arrived, they decided that they didn't want it because of it was a poor quality. I mean, let me just say, I love the Turks. I actually own the property in Turkey, but you know, they have a saying in Turkey, a genuine fake. You know, come and check this out, my friend. You know, this is a good price for you, a genuine fake. Christ, where did he get that PPE from? Bloody Fettier markets. I mean, what did they expect? The Turks, and I love the Turks. They've got great sense of humor, but you know, they are well known for fake designer clothes and fake other things and all that. In fact, there's a department store in the Fethiye region. They've even sort of stolen the name from a well-known, you know, UK department store. They've got a department store called, wait for it, Mark Spencer. Jesus, they've got one called Asda, but they spell it differently. They spell it with a Z. No, I'm only not. I know that they can take this because I love Turkish people. I really love them. I really do. They're such good fun. And besides, they say things about Scousers anyway. So why not? Okay. Ben Harrison, 400 faulty gowns. Yeah. Let's see. So, Bobby Webber, yeah, good to see you. Good to see Auntie Cavalier. Well, Benny Hill never got married. I bet he had his fun. Benny Hill liked what he liked. He was terrific. I mean, anyone who makes TV programs with all those beautiful, scantily clad ladies, it's obvious what he likes. And do you blame him? Benny Hill, oh, fantastic. Yeah, he never got married. He probably didn't need to. You know, he probably had his fun. Who can blame him? Yeah, life's for living, man. Life's for living. I think with Benny Hill, he was obsessed with, as I read it, he was obsessed with his TV program. Apparently, he lived in a very modest flat, which was within walking distance of Teddington Studios, where, you know, obviously he filmed his TV series was everything to him. And when they took his TV series away from him, it kind of destroyed him. It destroyed him because, that's what he lived for. He lived for that TV series. He was the biggest star on British TV. And some of those politically correct, Benny Hill was around, I think, 60s, 70s, he was at his peak. But then when those politically correct, people came in the 1980s, some of those, you probably know the names, slagged him down. He's sexist, he's not politically correct. And it was absolutely fantastic. I think the statistic, I think the statistic that I heard, it was something like, you got around about 1990, okay? You got right around 1990, and apparently the statistic was something like, there was 90 countries in this world that were regularly showing the Benny Hill show, and Britain wasn't one of them. He'd been taken off British TV because of all the influence of these politically correct, fools. No, Benny Hill was cool. At the end of the day, alternative comedy, that's what sprung up in the 1980s. As Bruce Forsyth once said, and I wasn't a fan of Bruce Forsyth, but he did say some good things. As Bruce Forsyth once said, there's no such thing as alternative comedy. You're either funny or you're not, okay? And Benny Hill was funny. So, taking him off the TV and taking his TV show away from him, terrible, absolutely awful, scandalous. I will never forget you, Benny. I will never forget you, Benny. So many funny lines. Wasn't it one of his spoof interviews where, they were talking about pornography, and he was asked what he thought about pornography, and didn't Benny Hill say something like, the way I look at pornography is like this. Yeah, that was Benny Hill. Okay. There you go. Okay, where are we now? Where are we now? Who said, let's see, Robert, hello from Panama City Beach, Florida, USA. I'm #1 fan of it. Okay, oh, fine, thank you, Robert. Robert, really good. I don't know if I've ever known of anyone on my TV. No, I'm talking about Benny Hill. I'm getting confused. Let's not get above myself. My YouTube channel. I don't know if I've ever come across anyone from Panama before, or who lives in Panama, and that is a country where I've seen a couple of videos, read a little bit. That's a real good place to visit. I've been to Central American countries. I went to Mexico, Belize, Costa Rica, which I thought was a little bit overrated, but I loved Nicaragua. I took a psychedelic light aircraft. I've still got the photo of it somewhere. A psychedelic light aircraft from Liberia and Costa Rica to Grenada in Nicaragua, and the light aircraft flew over the psychedelic painted light aircraft flew over these volcanoes, and and the turbines going up and down. I thought, well, if I'm gonna go, I'm gonna go in a stylish way. British traveller killed in psychedelic light aircraft disaster over the volcanoes of Nicaragua. That sounds good, doesn't it? What's better than, dying of a heart attack at the bookies because his horse is lost. Okay, I'll tell you what, time for something special. Okay, here we go. Right, now, first of all, terrible bad news, okay? When you get to like something, it doesn't stay around very long. Scouser brandy. It's gone. It's gone. Don't make a joke about, things always go when Scousers are around. Please do not make a joke about that, okay? I've really grown very, very fond of Jules Claron, French brandy, bottled in Liverpool, Scouser brandy. I become so fond of Scouser brandy. And I went into my local store the other day and they'd run out. Why? It's because I'm promoting it on this channel here. People are going out and buying it in truckloads. Oh, I was genuinely gutted. 70 cl, 14 quid, a bottle of Scouser brandy. And I love it. But the shopper didn't have it. And I was gutted. So anyway, I had to replace it with something else. I would like to have replaced it with Hennessy, but if I was, you know, the way I drink, if I was drinking Hennessy all the time, then I was drinking Hennessy all the time, then I probably wouldn't be going anywhere by the end of the year. So I've got to keep my costs down. So instead of that, I got from another store, I got 3 barrels Rainell and Clay. Okay, 3 barrels. Where is this brewed? Sorry, not brewed. That's the wrong word, isn't it? Where is this bottled? I don't know where this is. I don't know where this is bottled. But anyway, it says sale on there, 20 quid, reduced to 15 quid. Well, I thought it was 15 quid anyway, to be honest with you, anyway. But 3 barrels, it's quite nice, but I prefer Scouser brandy. And I hope the shop starts, you know, stocking Scouser brandy pretty soon, because I am missing it. Story of my life, you know. Just when you grow fond of something, it ain't around anymore. Yo. 3 barrels. Yo, I don't know where this comes from anyway. I don't know where it comes from. But never mind. It'll do in the meantime. So let's see, where was the chat? Where were we anyway? Benny Hill was the best. Yeah, I love Benny Hill. Matthew Snow. I'm drinking Scouse brandy now, mate. So you're the one who's bought it all. Oh, Jesus. Enjoy it, my friend. Enjoy it. Scouser brandy has stolen my heart. I'm sure there's someone who wants to make a joke out of that. Okay. Let's see. Sure, more. Yeah, okay. Having a good time, but getting expensive for a 50 quid. Yeah, okay. No ice. No, I have ice in my Lamb's Navy rum. And that's another thing that I meant to mention. You know, they run out of 70cl bottles of Lamb's Navy, so I had to settle for the 35 one. I haven't opened that yet because there's, you know, it'll go pretty quickly. No, I don't have ice with brandy. Lovely stuff, lovely stuff. Okay. Okay. Let me see now, let me see. Okay. So what do we think of Boris's speech? Come on. This was the title. What do we think of Boris's speech? This lockdown. This lockdown is. I think Boris was right to do what he's done. Well, you simply can't. You cannot. All of a sudden, you know, open the doors tomorrow and let everyone out again, because this virus, which we won't name, is absolutely horrendous. I mean, you imagine if we didn't have the lockdown. Imagine the state that we in. We still need this lockdown, because the fact is, people go out and they'll start spreading the virus again, and it's, you know, he's phrased it well. Either him or his script writers, whoever the script writers are, have phrased it very, very well. You know, he said that, you know, British people have worked hard in order to stay indoors, you know, and get the numbers down. Well, the numbers aren't down. The numbers is clearly up, but they're slowing. But now it's not the time to allow everybody out of doors, because the fact is, you know, if you allow everyone, all of a sudden, if you say the lockdown's over, everyone go out and, you know, get drunk again or whatever it is that you want to do, then, you know, he's told people to be responsible and to stay alert. Yeah, that's it, be alert. The fact is, the public, you know, anyone who's ever worked with the public knows that the majority of the public are absolutely fine, but you're always going to get a few idiots. It's like you do a job, and I've worked with the public for many years. As far as I'm saying, 95% of the public are as good as gold. They cooperate, whatever industry you're in. You know, you're providing the service. They're appreciative of that. They realise they're going to pay for the service. 95% of the public are like that. It's the 5% that are the problem. And, you know, you go into a shop or a bank or whatever you go into, and you see a sign that says, we will not tolerate abusive and aggressive, you know, customers, and this, that, and the other. They're not talking about the 95% of customers. They're talking about the 5% of customers. And it is the same if, you know, the government was to suddenly say, lockdown is over, everyone go out again. 95% of people would stay alert and they would act in a sensible manner. It's the 5% that are the problem. The 5% are the ones who are going to behave like idiots. And as long as you've got that 5% who are irresponsible people, then you've got to keep things in order. You've just simply got to keep things in order. Okay, I've noticed, and you must have noticed as well in the UK, more people out and about. Being nice weather here, more people out and about, and they're starting to act as if the lockdown, doesn't apply to them. It applies to everybody, and also because the pubs are closed. Wherever you live in the UK, maybe it could be similar if you're in the US now, or Australia, or Canada, or wherever you are right now. But because the pubs have closed, you are seeing an increase in people drinking in public. I've been driving around and I've seen people with bottles of beer in their hand, walking on the road with bottles of beer in their hand. You can be stopped and fined for that. But they're still doing it. There are more drunks on the streets now than there were before because the pubs are closed. So at least I'm a drunk. I drink here of a night time. I don't go and drink in public and whatever. Not going to a pub, of course, but I wouldn't go drinking down in my local park. I'm not saying, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. Okay. Let's see. Where are we now in the chat? Okay. So we kill the society because of the 5%. I'm going mad staying in my room. That's interesting. It's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting that the 5% are the ones that let us all down. But that is the grim reality of it. Some people say they would never ever want to work with the public. I've worked with the public for many, many years. Some people say they wouldn't want to work with the public because the public are all bastards and they're awkward customers and all this, that, and the other. They're not. 95% of them are absolutely fine. It's that 5% that spoil things for the rest. And it would be the same in this situation. You think about it. You'll let everyone get out again and do whatever they got to do. That 5% is, if the population is a lot of people who could easily cause mayhem and send us back even further than we were. Let's see now. Brian Dawson, I had ever had a Newcastle brown ale? Of course I have. I love it. I love I've never been to Newcastle, but Newcastle brown ale, bloody good stuff. I think the problem that I have with that one is that it goes down too easily. It does go down too easily. I open a bottle of Newcastle brown and it doesn't last very long. It's very tasty. Lovely stuff. Who's going about pot shops legal in Canada? We're into that sort of thing. I don't even smoke. I've never smoked. Never smoked any of that kind of stuff. Don't do it. Let's see. Okay. What is Philippines like? Next category, Hussein. What is Philippines like? I've got about 20 videos of mine on my list about the Philippines. Go check them out. Check out last year, about a year ago, the Steady Eddie's channel. Check out those scoreboard videos. I've mentioned this before, but there is a third scoreboard video, the Angeles City pool party, which was taken down by Big Brother. But it's not there now, but it will resurface again. Maybe there could well be a second YouTube channel for stuff like that, stuff that was taken down from this one. But I want that one to be seen because it's good fun anyway. Well, this is the true nature. I mean, you asked me what the Philippines is like, and I started talking about wet t-shirt contest. And, how bad is that? Okay, Philippines is great. I've got about 20 videos. If you dig down on my list, you see about 20 videos on the Philippines. So it's weird. Ben Harrison reposted Eddie. I got a warning last time. They didn't just take it down. They gave me a warning to say, behave yourself. Don't push your luck. You don't advertise me. It's. Anthony John's got my flight and hotel refunds now. Oh, that's great news. That is good news, Anthony. I'm really glad about that. Really glad about that because, a lot of people are. You've got your refunds. Good luck to you, man. Good luck to you. But I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people out there, for one reason or another, couldn't claim their funds, and some people have spent thousands of pounds getting back. I've said this before, but you know, when I was in limbo in Thailand about 6 weeks ago, you know, six weeks ago, I got off lightly because I rearranged my flight eventually without any further cost. I got my National Express coach from Heathrow, but it wouldn't come all the way home. So the only cost to me, extra cost to me, was 42 quid in a taxi. I had to pay a £42 taxi fare from where it dropped me off to get back home. And I didn't worry about that because the way I looked upon it, I got off lightly. You know, I really wouldn't have been stranded, want to be stranded out in Thailand right now. I really wouldn't. Not only that, it's probably fairly grim there, but also they would have charged me, you know, a visa overstay. And at the end of the day, I am a creature of habits. I have my routine. Beginning of April each year, I've had my fun for the winter. I arrive back in the UK, and all I want to do is just get back to work and a little bit of normality and earn money. That's what I want to. I don't want to be stranded anywhere. I simply don't want that. You know, I had me fun in the winter time. Time to come home and get back to work. You know, and that's exactly what I've done. I was working today. Hey, buddy, is YouTube full of your trips entirely now? You kidding me? No, they're not. No, they're not. You know, it goes a bit of a way. It helps. The advertising revenue does help. But I think the advertising revenue is going down at this moment in time. The reason it's doing that is because there's a big recession looming, isn't it? I don't want to talk too much about this, but there's a big recession looming. And I think a lot of people in this world right now are not looking at adverts because they're not really planning on buying anything. You know, it's just a hunch that I've got anyway. Don't want to talk too much about that. Stay Frosty. Well, someone mentioned a wet t-shirt competition. Stay Frosty. Where does Stay Frosty go? Where's he gone? Stay Frosty. The wet t-shirt contest in Philippines is not a windmill or go in Pattaya. Yeah. But there is a difference, Stay Frosty. You can film the Angeles City pool party. It's quite all right to do it. It's, you know, it says it's quite all right to do it. You can't film anything in windmill or go. I mean, you could. Do you think YouTube would allow that? Do you know? So what? There's some film that I've got from various places which I think would make some really good videos, but they're not going to make it to YouTube. They won't make it. No, definitely not. You know, I know there's other sites. I know some people have mentioned BitChute and various other sites and all that. But who watches BitChute? Who's ever heard of BitChute? You know, I don't want to spend hours and hours uploading a video, which I've gone through the trouble of filming and then commenting and editing this video and put it on BitChute, and then find that half a dozen people are going to watch it. What's the point of that? Neil A. Meredith, am I on a daily budget when you were away, Eddie? I suppose I am. No, some days you spend more money than other days. But, you know, you have to be pretty good at that sort of thing. I think I'm pretty good at, you know, planning how long I'm going to be away and working out how much I'm going to spend. Now, some days you can go over the top and you can spend a lot more than your daily budget. But what you then do is you have to spend other days pulling back from that. When I've travelled to various places, some places are more expensive than others. But you know what you have to do when you travel to a variety of places, if you're going to see those expensive places and go over your budget, then you have to plan that you're going to visit those inexpensive ones, and then you're going to pull back on you're going to spend less than your budget. You're going to pull back on that overspend. You're going to pull back again until you break even. So, you know, that's what you've got to do. That's what you've got to do. I did that a lot in South America. You know, Brazil is a more expensive place, but then places like Ecuador and Bolivia, very, very cheap place. So, yeah, that's fine. You know, that's fine. Cheaper Charlie, thanks for that donation. Yeah, okay, good to hear from you, Cheaper Charlie. Nice to hear from you. Hope all's well in New York as well. Yeah, you know, good to hear from you, mate. What have we got this now? Stay Frost, you need to get Eddie that secret belt buckle camera. I wouldn't. What would I do with it? What, if you surreptitiously film, surreptitiously film, and I'm no angel. Some guys on YouTube are diabolical for doing that. There's an ethical thing there. But if you what do you do? What do you then do with that? If you surreptitiously film a go-go bar or all the naughty stuff that's going on, what do you then do with that? You can't put it on YouTube. They're not dumb. Sooner or later you'll have sooner or later you'll come a cropper with it. Neil Carter, do you think the Pattaya police will use the situation to stop a full return of? Come back to me, chat. Come on, come back to me. It's quite tasty, but it's not as good as Scouser brandy. Okay, let's see. Here we go. No, I think the industry that we know and love in Pattaya is going to outlive us all. It'll certainly outlive me anyway at my age. There's. Yeah, but I'm sure there's going to be guys who are going to be in Pattaya having dirty massages long after I've bit the dust. I'll be dead and buried by then, and they'll still be going on to have dirty massages. Okay. Nesca to say, Philippines, which place to visit? Oh, well, if you go to the Luzon area, that's where I went last year. You can, all within, quite reasonable. You've got Manila, you've got Angeles City, and you've got Subic Bay. And all three of those places within a couple of hours from each other by bus. You don't need aeroplanes to get there, by bus. So that's as good a start as any. I think you go south, you got places like Boracay and touristy places like that. Well, Philippines is a good place, definitely worth another visit. Okay, who's this? What else have we got? Matthew's now, the Scouts brandy is lovely. Buy some online, mate, from the company. Somebody did mention that to me yesterday, with a mobile phone. If that store is going to be sold out of it, you better get online and have some of it delivered. So, yeah, absolutely. By the end of the week, there's going to be a big truckload of that stuff turned up at my door. Let's see. Kiwi John, will you ever go back to Bali? I love the place. Been there 5 times. I've only been there once, and it was not a good experience. Maybe it was unlucky. Maybe it was unlucky, but it was during the rainy season. And let me tell you, that Bali has got a different season than other places in Southeast Asia. Whereas Cambodia and Thailand, Vietnam, they're gloriously sunny. Maybe January, February, March time. But Bali's in the rainy season at that time, so. I don't know. It just wasn't for me. I didn't like the attitude there, to be honest with you. But that's just my opinion. Neil Carter, do you drink Samsung in Thailand, other than Heineken? Samsung that's the whiskey, isn't it? Samsung. You think I know by now? Yeah, the Samsung whiskey is absolutely beautiful. It's beautiful. It goes down well. Samsung whiskey with just, I think, 1 ice cube is the way I like to drink it. And yeah, it's lovely, lovely stuff. Very reasonably priced as well. Also, the Mekong whiskey, which you get in Cambodia, that's quite nice. That's quite, sometimes you get that very, very cheap. One whiskey, I bought a bottle of whiskey once from a market in Vietnam, Vietnamese whiskey. I wouldn't recommend it. I had a terrible stomach ache. I think it was only a small bottle. I got halfway through it, and it wasn't that it tasted so bad. But be careful with those things. They're not doing it right. They're not bottling it right. It's no. Vietnamese whiskey, never again. Samuel Hutchinson, can't wait to get back to Sugar a Go-Go, my favourite club. I like Sugar a Go-Go. I like that one, Samuel. That's pretty good, that, I wasn't so keen when I was sitting there once, and there was a bloody, this big ladyboy. He was looking over the chair, looking at me, winking at me. Get out the way, I'm watching the girls on the stage, the real girls, whatever. But that's a good one. I enjoyed that one. Who else? Somebody else just dropped me a super chat there. Thank you, whoever that was. I didn't see it, but whoever just dropped me that super chat. Thank you a lot. All goes to a good cause. Oh yeah, Sean McGoldrick, yeah. Okay, I buy yourself a few pint bottles. Say hello to my mate, Raf, Mrs. He's after his local bar, He's after retire again November. Loves your big. Cheers, thanks for that, mate. Really appreciate that. As you know, all of any donations that I get go to a good cause. They go to my Bangkok soapy massage fund, which I'm hoping to enjoy later on this year. Okay, absolutely. I love Vietnam and Cambodia. Would you recommend Laos? I love Vietnam and Cambodia. Would you recommend Laos? I only ever went to Laos once, and it was some beautiful thing. I crossed some place in Cambodia. Was it called Craty or something like that? I crossed from Cambodia into Laos, and I went to the what was it? What they call this? It's called the 4,000 Islands. They're on the river in the south, but they call them the 4,000 Islands. And there's a lot of young backpackers there. But it was a beautiful environment. Lovely environment. Really good environment. Then I went north to a couple of rather dull towns. Got food poisoning in one of them. Rice again. And eventually took a slow boat to the Mekong to a place. That was when for a couple of days. I stopped off in a place that was called Pak Beng. And, it was a lot of good things about Laos. I must say, though, I went to Vientiane and a few other well-known places there. The thing about Laos, I thought that town, Luang Prabang, was a bit overrated. Some people said, it's a beautiful historical town that you must visit, a gem of Southeast Asia. All I could say was that it was a little bit overrated. And the bars closed very, very early there. What else was you think about Laos? Why I wasn't as keen on them as I was in Vietnam and Cambodia and Thailand is that the people of Laos were not really, were kind of, what I'm about it, they're kind of nondescript. They simply didn't have the same kind of personality as the Thais or the Cambodians or the Vietnamese. I met so many Laotian people. My various stop-off points in Laos, but I can't really remember any of them because they were a bit forgettable. They didn't really have the same kind of, fun personality. But that's just my opinion. Don't listen to everything I say. Don't listen to everything I say. Laos is a beautiful country anyway. Very cheap as well. Let's see. Andrew decided on traveling now in early November for about 7 weeks. High season. Well, that will be going into the high season in those countries, and might still get a bit of rain in November, but absolutely that's a good time to be traveling. Great time to be traveling. We've had this conversation before, but November that's 6 months away from now. A lot can happen in 6 months. I know some people say, no, it won't happen and all that, but 6 months is a long time. It's a long time. We nobody knows. We could be back to not normal, but something resembling normality by the end of the year. So let's just hope that we are. Let's hope for the best. Let's see now. Chat come back to me. I've been on for nearly an hour. This was one of those spare at the moment quickie, quickie live streams that's gone on a bit longer than. But the last one was a quickie, but it lasted 2 hours. I've never lasted 2 hours in my life before, but that's another story. Treetown, Ed, you still bother with Walking Street in Pattaya? Of course I do, because Walking Street is Walking Street, and at the end of the day, for as long as you're a tourist, Walking Street has got a character and it's a vibrancy and colours and excitement and. It's live bands and go-go bands. And it's terrific. Walking Street's brilliant. It's not as cheap as it used to be, but there's a strong element, and I have mentioned this in a couple of videos, there's a strong element that of Wall Street that you pay for. You will pay more money at Walking Street for food and drinks and entertainment, but you will probably find that it's a better quality than what you get elsewhere. The live bands alone, not everyone loves live bands, but I love them. And there's some brilliant nights out to be had in Walking Street. It's still a great place. Walking Street's wonderful. And what I hear is, what I hear about Walking Street is that they're going to, those bars that are on the seafront side, they're under threat. Are under threat. I hope not really, because there's some good live bands there. So it's some really, really good bars with live bands and whatever there. So, let's hope Walking Street survives. Thomas Doherty, where's a good place to get scouts in Bangkok? I wish you could answer that one. Thanks for the super chat, Thomas. I do appreciate that. A good place to get scouts in Bangkok. Scouts, I think, do you mean Irish stew? When I was a kid, whenever I got, that's the first time I heard the word scouts, is, we got scouts for dinner. That surprised me. We've only had it every night for the last, 5 years. And I think I was only 6 years old when I said that. But something, that's something I never ever cook when I'm at home now. I never cook that. And really, I wouldn't mind. Well, it's Irish stew. It's Irish stew. I think that's where the name comes from. As for your question, where can you get that in Bangkok? I think we'd better look at a restaurant that serves Irish stew, and it's probably the same thing. But thanks anyway, mate. Thanks for that super chat. Dennis Johnson, what's the best brand of beer in Thailand? Well, you know something. Over the years, I'm not too keen on Singer. It just doesn't taste right. What was the best brand? Well, Heineken is only fractionally more expensive than the local beers. So I tend to drink Heineken in Thailand. What is the other ones? Leo and Chang. I don't think any of them are really, wow, that's what I call a beer. I don't think any of them are like that. I don't really think any of them. I drink Heineken when I'm in Thailand, unless it's significantly more expensive than the other places. But otherwise I'll drink Heineken. Okay. Neil Carter, Leo all day long. Nick Reba, do you ever go 5-star Eddie? Well, I travel for about 5 or 6 months a year. Do you think 5? Do you think I'm rich? Do you? Maybe in a couple of weeks. Try doing that for half the year. Andrew Johnson, thank you for that. Thank you for that super chat. Really appreciate that. Yeah, I'd love to meet up with you, Andrew. Really would. Let's hope that we can all get to Thailand and Cambodia before the year's out. I know I've had a little bit of fun early on in the year, but it will be a bit of a lost year, if I had to wait any longer to get away abroad, because I'm working now. I'm earning money. I go out and I earn money, and I'm thinking that this is going to be paying for me. The reason I earn money here is sometimes work gets you down, but I keep working during the summer months because I don't want to be here in the winter. I mean, it's as simple as that, really. But anyway, thanks for that, Andrew. Appreciate that. Roadrunner, I appreciate that. Yeah, thank you, mate. Trevor Fulton. Hi, Ed. Can I have a good time with $2,000 spending money in Pattaya? I've done a video on that. There's a video on my list called 2 weeks in Pattaya. How much? $2,000. Go and check out the video and see what you think. Yeah, go and check out that video and see what you think. You can have a good time. Not over the top, but you can still have a good time. So yeah, thanks, Andrew, once again. Anyway, appreciate that, mate. And I'd love to meet up with you at the end of the year. Really would. Let's see. Neil Card, you should do a meet night in Pattaya. Maybe you do. Something. I'm not really a Pattaya vlogger, by the way. You may think I'm, but Pattaya is a place I go to sporadically. The reason I go there sporadically because I love the place. But the reason don't forget, Pattaya is easier to get to now than it was when I first started going there about 20 years ago, because then you were using the old Don Mueang airport, which was a long way from Pattaya. And when you step off that plane, it's a long way to go, whereas they built the new Savannah Bhumi airport. And now, even after a long journey, you can get off that plane and you can be in Pattaya. You know, it's 1.5 hours by road. So Pattaya is now easier to get to. So it's easy to get to in a lot of places, you know, but it's a place I go to sporadically. You know, I kind of use that as a base before going to other places. Sean McGoldrick. Thanks for that super chat, Sean. Really appreciate that. If I owned a bar in Pattaya, what would I call it? Lovely, lovely ladies. I probably would call it that. That wouldn't be such a bad. Or many of my other, you know, catchphrases, you know, that I use, much to the irritation of some people. Lovely, lovely ladies. That sounds as good a name as any. Cheers for that. How about lovely ladies and dirty old men's bar? No, that's not. They didn't mean it to sound like that. What have we got now? 260 people still watching. I've gone over an hour now. Okay, I've gone over an hour. Some people keep saying, why don't you tell us that you're going to do a live stream? I tend to do these things on the spur of a moment. You know, on the spur of a moment. You've got to be in the right mood. You know, it's. I could say that I'm not very good at timekeeping either. By the way, that's another thing. I could say I'm going to do a live stream on Wednesday night, but sooner or later, you know, I won't really feel up to it, and I simply do not want to let anyone down. So you've got to be in the right frame of mind. You know, really right frame of mind for this. So this primitive thing that I'm using here is going to be around for a little bit longer. The new mobile phone that I've got, you know, the Samsung and Delilah, or whatever it's called. It's a possibility. We'll see what happens with that one. Skyler, who's suggesting this for the bar? The Rovers Return Inn. The Rovers Return. Jesus, can you imagine walking into a bar in Pattaya and all those, you know, those Thai girls in there? You know, you could. Maybe they should have certain names, you know, like Ina Sharples, Hilda Ogden, Deirdre, Gail. You know, is that what you're suggesting? The Rovers Return Inn in Pattaya? The Coronation Street Inn in Pattaya? Gossip. Come in here. Ina Sharples and Hilda Ogden. Gossip aplenty. Oh, Jesus Christ. I'm losing the plot here. It sounds like fun, though, doesn't it? We won't mention anything about Len Fairclough. Okay. It's, let's see. Rosie surname. Bar name, Sneaking Suspicion. Okay. Okay, Matthew Snow. Yeah, good to hear from you, mate. Good to hear from you. Yeah, the Hot Sexy Ladies Bar. That's a go-go bar. That's definitely a go-go bar. Title, that is. Definitely a go-go bar title. Listen, this brandy, it's called 3 Barrels. It's not the most stimulating brandy. I've said this, I know I've said it a number of times before, but Scouser brandy is better. And if that shop are going to be running out of it, I'm pretty sure somebody went in there and bought all the brandy just to annoy me. You know, I bet when they were buying the shelf of Scouser brandy, they probably thought to themselves, oh, I'd love to see his face when he walks in here and there isn't any left. You know, some spiteful people out there anyway. But basically, basically, a Scouser brandy's better, but this 3 Barrels is okay. You know, it's drinkable. Until I can afford to drink Hennessy every night, this will do. Who mentioned something about Poppycorn? Len Fairclough, favourite bar is Wimble. Now, I remember Len Fairclough, yeah. That actor, I don't want to talk about people who remember Coronation from years ago. Remember what happened to Len Fairclough. No, we don't want to talk about that. Okay, now some people who don't know about Len Fairclough in his spare time run a kids swimming class. Basically, when he wasn't working on Coronation, he ran a kids swimming class, and then he got questioned by the police and ended up in trouble and all this kind of stuff. Okay. Don't want to talk about that. But I'll tell you what I did do was funny. Who was the first one to make a joke about Len Fairclough? in the 1980s. Now, those people who are perhaps in America won't understand this. This is a very British joke, this. But a guy called Bernard Mammon, the first one I heard make a joke was Bernard Mammon. What was his joke now? He said, I went to the pictures, I seen Jaws 1, I seen Jaws 2, and then just when I thought it was safe to go back in the water, Len Fairclough was in there. Okay. Yeah, well, that was Bernard Mammon. Okay. Now, enough of that one. Nick Raver, Len Fairclough was innocent. Oh, were you there, were you then? You were there then, were you, Nick? Okay. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Someone mentioned Jimmy White. Yeah, maybe just because Pop. Oh, I like this one. But we still have a Coronation Street theme here. Poppy going. Albert Tatlock would stand a chance in Pattaya. Like it, mate. Like it. I tell you what. In a few years' time, I'm going to be bloody looking like Albert Tatlock. I'm not far off it. No. Albert Tatlock, and what was that other old bastard who was always in Curry? What was his? Well, I think he was. I'm sure there was another one. Stan Ogden. Stan Ogden. Okay. Oh, I think enough of Coronation Street. Andrew Johnson loved visiting the River Kwai. Very humbling. I've never ever made it there. I've never made it to the River Kwai. I would like to see that one. I really would like to see that. I think I was in Bangkok once and I looked into a trip to the River Kwai. But the reason I changed my mind is because I was a solo traveler and it looked to me, all the images, all the pictures here were sort of young backpacker types, and I didn't want to be I didn't want to be sharing the jeep with all of those. Not against them, but not for me really. Another famous place which I changed my mind about. Those salt flats that are in Bolivia and possibly Chile, but the ones in Bolivia. I went to the town, I can't remember what the name of the town was, but I went there because I wanted to see those famous salt flats that you see out in Bolivia. And I was about to book a tour to go and see them. But then I looked at all the images, all the photographs that the tour guide had of all of these things. And they were all young people clowning around, in the salt flats, and I don't want to be among. Sometimes you just got to realize how old you are. I don't want to go anywhere when it's just loads of, young people clowning around. Not against them, but I'm not one of them. Okay. Who said? Let's see. Mick Meacham, I'm aiming to catch the 2022 World Cup in Pattaya, a great place to catch all the games. I thought for a moment that you meant the World Cup. No, it isn't. But yeah, I know what you mean. You can watch it on TV, and it's probably a good environment. Actually, let me tell you something. The last main, other than the Champions League last year, the last decent trophy that Liverpool won. I was there in Pattaya when they won. It was the FA Cup. What year was that? Was that 2006? Was it? I was there. I was in Havana. Watched them. Yeah, watched them. I mean, it's good. It was a good place to be. Good place to be. Let's see. Someone going on about Vientiane. Vientiane in Laos is the least capital city. It looks like a small, city rather than the capital. Tree Town, Ed, does Bangkok rock your boat anymore? Simple answer, yes. Bangkok is cool. I love Bangkok. And it's in complete contrast to when I first seen it. Let me just talk a moment about Bangkok. When I first seen Bangkok about 20 years ago, I was walking around that city for a few days and I thought, what the hell am I doing here? It's, all this concrete jungle, and I like a city that I can walk around, and somehow it's not ideal for that. But each visit you make of Bangkok, it gets better and better. And when you find the right places to go, and also that BST, the SkyTrain, once you start using the BST, the whole city just opens up to you, becomes more accessible. And excuse me, this is the 3 Barrels brandy. It makes you burp a lot. Okay, I don't blame anything. Yeah, but once you use the SkyTrain, the whole city opens up. And once you learn the right place to go, the right place to stay in Bangkok, It's Bangkok's awesome. It's amazing. It's in a wonderful. I love Bangkok. I could live in Bangkok quite easily. Really, really could. Quite easily. If I could afford to never work again, and I still work now, so I'm not ready for retirement just yet. But Bangkok is marvelous, marvelous city, and I love it, absolutely love it. But you need to spend a few visits before you really start appreciating it. Let's see, Bangkok is great. Let's see, okay. Bangkok 24/7. Brilliant, brilliant, Andrew. Brilliant. Bangkok's great. It's still got that. I'll tell you what, a night out in Bangkok, the live bands and the vibe of the place, it's still got that certain something that tends to mark out all the other cities. It's my favourite city on the planet now, and that's coming from a person who didn't like it when I first seen it. Okay, okay, a little bit longer. I'll stay on now. A little bit longer. I'll stay on now. Uh, let's see. Okay, where we going? I have my favourite lady in Bangkok. Oh, I made the video. I made the video about it. I was a Bangkok lady. God, oh my God. Body. Body. What a body. Oh my God, amazing. She's a lovely girl. Beautiful. Beautiful girl. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so listen. We started out talking about Coco the clown. I mean the Prime Minister. I mean, let me tell you. I was watching the news before, and there was and be careful. They were interviewing some people who, asking them, the public, asking them what they thought of Boris Johnson's speech, and it just made me laugh. There was a couple there, nice couple. I've got to be careful how I phrase it. Let's just say that not originally from the UK, okay, not originally from the UK, and not originally from the UK, and they were asked, what do you think about a speech? And the lady said, and you might even see it on the news, she said, well, I think the president, was pretty good. He was doing this. And she mentioned again the president. Excuse me, I don't think they're quite integrated to the UK yet. We do not have a president in the UK. We have someone called a prime minister, but anyway. Okay. Andrew, okay, Andrew, thank you. Anyway, it's good seeing you anyway, mate. Keep in touch, please. It's always good to hear from you. He's going back to work. Andrew Johnson's going back to work. He's a working man, same as I am. Respect the working man. There's enough people in Britain who don't want to work, me, I come here and I want to work. Okay, so thank you, Andrew, anyway. Good, take care. My wrinkles are. Answer, let's see what's about. Let's see. Steady Eddie, what's your favourite? A little bit more. Answer, nothing to do but watch my grass grow. Well, good for you, mate. If that's what floats your boat, good for you. Steady Eddie, what's your favourite area of Bangkok? Soi Cowboy? Nah, I don't go there much. I was at Nana. Nana's really good. Soi Cowboy, it's so small, and it's another one. I hate to use this word again. It's a bit overrated. It's small, and what puts me off about the go-go bars in Soi Cowboy is quite often the signs are not in English. They're in Thai or in some other language, and it's not really. They don't always have the kind of drinks promotions. In Pattaya, you can trust the drinks promotion if they say Heineken 75 baht, a glass of Heineken 75 baht. Okay, I'll go in your bar and I'll drink 75 baht Heineken, and they're always honest about that. In Bangkok, I don't like going anywhere into any bars, especially go-go bars, that sort of stuff, where they don't tell you how much you're going to be paying. I like to know how much I'm going to be paying beforehand. Soi Cowboy is, I don't know, there's nothing you can get in Bangkok that you can't get in Pattaya. Let's put it that way anyway. I'd rather have walking suit than Soi Cowboy. But other parts of Bangkok, I like Nana. Nana's got some great places. What else? A place I've never ever been, and every time I planned on going there, someone taught me out of it. It's what's it called again? Koh San Road. I've never been there. Never made it to there. I've often been in Bangkok and I've thought, I'm going to go to Koh San Road, and then I've mentioned it to somebody and they said, what the hell do you want to go there for? It's full of those annoying backpacker, spoilt young people that you're always going on about. No, so I've never made it there. Buttering Bunny. I'm usually more immature than the backpackers in their 20s. I'm now early 50s. That's the way I like it. I don't like taking life too seriously when I'm on holiday. Good for you, man. Well said. That's it. That's it. And remember, you're only as young as the woman you feel. Absolutely. Fantastic. Yeah, no, nicely said, mate. Don't take life too seriously. You know, have fun. That's what it's all about. Have fun. Koh San Road, walking ATM, Koh San Road is lively all around too, not just backpackers, but everyone. I've never made it there. All I'm saying is that whenever I've planned on going to Koh San Road, I've always met someone who's taught me out of it, and I've seen a couple of YouTube videos that said I'm not a good report. I may be wrong. I meant last time when I was in Bangkok, I did intend to go there, but just I never got around to it. The consensus that I've heard is that there's nothing that you can get in Koh San Road that you can't get in Nana or Soi Cowboy. So, you know, but Bangkok overall is a great place. A great place. Okay? Yeah, okay. Somebody's repeating what I said there. I'm going to repeat what you said, Eddie, and I'm going to hold it against you in a court of law. Okay? Okay. Skippo Africanus Patong is where I went to Patong many years ago, and I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved it. Trevor Fulton, thank you for that super chat. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. I really do. Thanks, Trevor. Randy Mack, I need a bar girl about now. Good for you, mate. Tuk-tuks are a rip-off around Bangkok. Yeah, and taxis are cheap. Nice air-conditioned taxis are cheap around Bangkok. They are. Tuk-tuks, you know, they don't have meters, and they'll try and pull a fast one. If ever you're going to get around in a tuk-tuk or whatever you're going to get around in, negotiate the fare. Make sure you know the fare beforehand. And also, sometimes, you know, sometimes they'll try and pull a fast one. You know, how much will it be? Let's say from Nana to Soi Cowboy or Nana to the centre. You know, and sometimes you will get the reply. No English. You know, no English. Don't settle for that, mate. Yeah, they know what you're saying exactly. Make sure you know exactly what you're saying. Yeah, tuk-tuks can be a bit of a rip-off, but there's also some of them that are really good. Butter and Bunny again. Let's say my chat's gone. My chat's gone again. It's gone again. Come back to me, chat. Okay. Koh San Road has changed. Right? Now there's a lot of families and middle-aged holidaymakers, not so much backpackers now. Well, there's families and, you know, not middle. I don't know. I've just heard. I seriously, I keep meaning to try Koh San Road, but I just never get around to it. I think I put a comment on somebody's YouTube video a long time ago. Someone who done a famous, you know, YouTuber who you know, does surreptitious shots of, you know, scantily clad ladies or whatever. He's doing one of Koh San Road, and Koh San Road. And I put the comment, you know, on this video. I said, I know Nana well, and I know Soi Cowboy, but I've never made it to Koh San Road. Is there anything in Koh San Road that, you know, means I should visit there when I already know those other places well? And the overwhelming replies I got was that, you know, don't bother. You know, there's nothing you can get in Koh San Road that, you know, you can't get in Nana or Soi Cowboy. So that's probably why I've never made it there. Treetown, Ed, how likely are you to buy lady drinks these days? It depends on the ladies. It depends on the ladies. You know, if the lady is a nice lady and I think she's okay. A lot of those girls, I especially found this to be the case in Cambodia, in Phnom Penh, with some of the girls that I've got to know quite well over the years, is that they're such good girls. Honestly, they're really good girls. Many a time, you know, I bought a girl a lady drink, you know, especially a girl that I've got to know well. I bought her a lady drink. But, she could have chosen anything. She hasn't chosen the most expensive one off the list. She's chosen a quite reasonably priced lady drink. Occasionally, if I build a rapport with a nice girl out of a bar, who I've been there many times, as I have done, then that girl, she always has her best friend in the bar. She always has her best friend, and quite often when I've says I latched onto it again, and I've said I'll get you the drink, fine. She's often said, "Can you get my friend a drink as well?" She just because her friend, if her friend hasn't got a fella, then she doesn't want to see her friend go without. She means it in a nice way, so yeah, I'll buy a friend a drink as well, because I've got to know some of these people, and they're not all out to rip you off. If you get to know them and they know you're a decent guy, then they will value it, and they're not going to rip you off because they won't see you again if they do that. You know what I mean? But I hope that answers your question. Neil Carter, thanks for that donation there, Neil. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Really do. Times are, obviously I'm planned on I'm heading out to the Far East, hopefully later this year, hopefully. But I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen. But thanks for that anyway, Neil. Really appreciate that, mate. Let's see. Jim Graham. Good morning, Eddie. Yeah, okay. Good morning to you, mate. Franco, one thing I don't understand, why is it the government in Thailand do something in regards, I think you mean do nothing, in regards to the filth in the tourist areas of Patong? I can't remember what Patong looks like. I went there before the tsunami. That's how long ago that was. So I can't comment on Patong. I haven't been there since. Now that's another place I've heard mixed reviews about in recent years. Some people say it's very expensive, but I recall that when I went there, they told me beforehand that it was expensive. And I didn't. I thought it was a great place, a really nice sunny place, and you've got all those lovely islands out there. But I don't know what it's like nowadays. I did hear one report, whether this is reliable or not, but somebody mentioned that Phuket is now more expensive than Bangkok. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's just what was mentioned. Jeff Gunzo, hey there, Eddie, doing a lot of live streams lately. There will be videos coming up. It's not just live stream after live stream. This is a spare at the moment, and the reason I've done this one at the moment is because, trying to be a little bit topical. I know so many people today were looking forward to, and I'm not going to I'll stop calling them Coco the Clown. I'll stop calling them that. I will. I'll stop calling them that. Oh, I just did. Our beloved Prime Minister was doing this speech, and I met a lot of people today who said, they want to tune into it. They can't wait to hear what he's got to say. So I thought, this is the topic of the day. It's the topic of the day. So I just thought I'd squeeze this one in. Let's see. Who's flying to Bangkok? Mr. Allen. We flying over to Bangkok, and if July the first week of August, no excuses. All I can say, mate, is good luck to you. I would suspect, I'd suspect that, if you go to, don't forget, for the next few months, well, for the next, what month are we in? Early May. For the next 6 months, that's it, the next 6 months. Thailand is going to be out of season anyway. You are now going into the rainy season, the low season, the out of season, and that's going to last the next 6 months. Remember, Thailand is a country that has a peak season of 4 months and a low season of 8 months, and you're going into the low season. So July and August will be in the heart of the low season. And I would think if you're going to go to Thailand at that time of the year, the best place probably to go, it probably is Bangkok, because you're not dependent on a beach, are you? I would never ever, I just wouldn't go to the islands in months like July and August. I seen a video last year. Someone done a video around about that time, July and August, of Koh Chang in July and August, and it just looks, what's the point of going there? Businesses are closed, and they're islands are to go in the peak season, really, the dry season. Go hopping. If someone says Patong is in is in Bangkok and Patong is in Phuket. Did I get them mixed up? I thought he said Patong. Did he say Patong? Oh, I don't know. Whatever. Oh, that's it. I'm going crazy. That's it. I'm going crazy. Oh, let's see. We're always at 1.5 hours now, so we're doing well anyway. 238 people watching. Let's see. Let's see. Why didn't you like Bangkok first? Both said, why didn't you like Bangkok first? Maybe because I wasn't used to Southeast Asia. I wasn't even used to Asia. In fact, I recall that was actually the first place I visited in Asia. And I just got lost in this concrete jungle. And, I couldn't wait. Well, when I went to Pattaya, all of a sudden my mood changed because I just felt more at home in a beach resort, But Bangkok is a real grower. It's a real grower. Really growing on me over the years. Love it. Absolutely love Bangkok. Someone clue, how was the chicken dinner last week? It was the chicken dinner was probably very good last week, but it was a bit forgettable because it's now been superseded or whatever the word is by many other chicken dinners since. My shopping habits have changed. I often buy chicken, from the supermarket. Have chicken dinners, but now when I buy chicken, I don't just think of me. I think of my neighbour's dog as well. My neighbour's dog. my neighbour's German Shepherd. She sees me. Has Eddie got any chicken for me? Okay, yeah. Oh, whatever. I actually shop for me and my neighbour's dog now. Can you believe that? Can you believe it? I hope that dog appreciates it. Let's see. Let's see. Roy Gold. Well, good luck to you. Good luck to you now. Good luck to you. Randy Mac, you're not going crazy. You're being crazy. Yeah. Okay. Fine. Being there, done that. Okay. Let's see. Who's this? Who's that one? First time in Thailand. James Cup. First time in Thailand. What's best for first time? Just turn up there. Just arrive there. Have a shower, put on some fresh clothes and put some money in your pocket. Get out of your hotel and hit the town. That's what's recommended for Pattaya, for Thailand. Just get out there, man, and enjoy it. It's no longer the bargain destination it once was. You have to watch your money nowadays because things are more expensive than what they used to do. There's still something to be said, even now. Now, most people who watch YouTube videos and are involved in a YouTube community and know Thailand very well, know that Thailand is no longer the bargain destination it once was. And some people go the other extreme and say that it's now really expensive now. It's not really expensive at all, but some people like to say that, But what irritates me, back here in the UK, you still get those idiots who tell you, oh, Thailand, my mate's been there and I've heard everything's dirt cheap. You can, Jesus, you can live like a king for a fiver and all this. Grow up, man. People like that. These are armchair experts who spout this kind of rubbish. They'll probably never get to Asia in their lives. Thailand is no longer the bargain it once was, but it is still good value. But we do, who knows what's going to happen in the future? When this lockdown is over and things start getting back to a little bit of normality, we will be faced with an almighty recession. And who knows what the consequences of that going to be? The Thai baht may collapse, but then the British pound might well collapse as well. Nobody knows. Nobody knows. Let's just wait and see what happens. Let's just hope for the best. Let's see. Who's mentioned 2 millionaires? Kenneth Drain. No. Go hopping. I've been a 2-week millionaire in my first 3 visits. Now I am broke. My chat's disappeared. It's disappeared into oblivion. Like his money. His money's disappeared. His money's disappeared into oblivion, and my chat has as well. Now I'm broke. Finding the bag of cheap thrills is now all kind of fun. I've been on a 2-week millionaire, my first 3 visits. That's interesting. That's interesting. You were you always saying you were a 2-week millionaire in your first visits, and then you realise that wasn't the way forward. and now you're enjoying the bargain ones. Good for you. I think many people are probably like that. Many people are probably like that. Yeah, they probably see all the temptations that Pattaya and places like that have gotten. Wow, that's like a kid let loose in a toy shop, and you probably do spend a lot more than your bargain book, but then you realise on second thoughts I can't do that. I know people who started to go to Thailand a few years ago, loved the place, but were spending far more money than what they should have been spending. And then they eventually get to the stage when they say, I'm not going there again because it's too expensive. It's only too expensive because you made it too expensive. You were buying, flights which were more expensive than what they should have been. You were spending more money than what you should have been spending. You were staying in hotels, exorbitant hotels, which you didn't need to spend in. I actually know people, I know people who in recent times have been out to Thailand, Pattaya for 3 years. Maybe a few times. And in 3 weeks, that's what I meant to say. Jesus, what the hell did he put in this brandy? Okay, I know people who, have regularly gone out to Pattaya for 3 weeks at a time, and in 3 weeks, they have actually spent more money than what I would spend in 3 months. And that's not because I really know the place really well. There's still a lot of places, but hey, I'm disciplined. You've got to be disciplined with your money. It's okay turning up there and you're not using the place, and all these girls you go in the bar and these lovely girls are around you. Wow, man! Wow, give me some of this, and you go over the top, but they've blown through a small fortune, and then they regret it. Some have regretted it. Some have thought, well, I work hard all year, so I want to enjoy myself. Good for you, man. If that's what you want to do. But the fact is that some people have spent a lot more than they've bargained for, and then the end result is that when they come back and everything's cooled off, they think, oh, I was a bit of a fool then. I can't do that again. That's too expensive. Maybe some of them have had these exorbitant holidays on credit. And then when the credit card bills are coming in the next month, they get a nasty, nasty shock. I suppose that happens. You've got to discipline yourself with money wherever you go. You've got to have discipline with money. You really, really have. If you are disciplined with money, you can still have a damn good time at Pattaya. Think about it. How much can you eat? How much can you drink? How many women can you have? You can enjoy yourself out there without going over the top, without blowing through a small fortune. Be disciplined. Keep your wits out about you. And of course, never trust anybody, no matter how good looking she is. Okay, let me see. Yeah. Go hopping. A lot of guys can't control themselves and blow their life savings. It wouldn't surprise me, mate. Wouldn't surprise me. In all aspects of life, you've got to have discipline with money. Curtis Gamble, guys take 3 girls home a night and then complain about how expensive it is. Yeah, probably, yeah. Something Flores. Eddie Bow, what do you think of girls with tattoos? Do you really like them or do you hate them? Really curious. Are you talking about the girls or the tattoos? I still can't get used to female tattoos. But some of them wear them. It's like certain types of clothes. Some girls wear certain types of clothes better than other girls. Jeez, man. I know a couple of girls, in various places, including Thailand, who have nice, sexy little tattoos. Nice, sexy, sweet little tattoos, and they look quite nice, and they suit them. They suit this girl because she's a good-looking girl anyway, and she suits these nice little tattoos. But I'm sorry, man. When you see a lovely girl and her entire body, right down her legs and her back, is covered in tattoo, oh come on, man! What is that all about? Why did they do that? Why the hell did they do that? This girl was born a beautiful girl, and so many other girls would love to be in a position she is because they weren't born beautiful, but she is. She's a beautiful girl. And then what does she have to do? Cover up that beautiful body with tattoos from head to toe, back, legs. Oh, Jesus Christ. No. Not for me. Definitely not for me. Definitely not for me. Okay, where was I now? Let's see. Uh, let's see now. Where we going now? This chat keeps disappearing. How is this primitive? And I love that word. That's a lovely word, that primitive. This primitive device that I've been using in recent times, my live streams. Apparently, I was using this for just the first experimental live streams, and I said, I'm gonna, I'm gonna allow myself 30 live streams before I stop saying that I'm at the experimental stage. So I haven't done 30 yet. No way I like it. But I keep meaning to replace this thing. But at the end of the day, I do these live streams on a spare at the moment. I was hoping to get a video out this weekend, but I've been working, I've been earning money, planning for my next travels, if it's possible to plan right now. And basically, I couldn't complete that video. Hopefully that's coming out later on in the week. It's about how cheap or how expensive Vietnam is. Hopefully I can get that one out in the next week. But this primitive device that I'm using this live stream on now, hopefully it'll be a thing of the past soon. I have another nice laptop, which I've said I tried to operate it, but it just won't. It does everything else except for doing the downloading the app on it for the live stream. So I think I'll just stick with this one. At least this works anyway. Okay, I'm up to an hour and 40 minutes now. I'm up to an hour and 40 minutes. Okay. Let's see now. What's that? Matthew Stone, do you know the language, Eddie? And Ernest Connell has replied, gibberish? Yeah, I speak really good gibberish. I speak really good gibberish. Yeah, I'm an expert on gibberish. Let me tell you something. Isn't it funny that there's certain words that you use in your everyday life where you know these words, but you're never really quite sure where they come from? Gibberish is one of them. What is gibberish? Another one is gobbledygook. What the hell's gobbledygook? Where the hell did gobbledygook come from? And one of them, claptrap. Stop talking such claptrap. Now I think I know where claptrap comes from. I wonder, does anyone know this? Apparently, claptrap comes from the early days of the theatre, many hundreds of years ago. It comes from the early days of the theatre. Because what it is, you see, actors did not have a very good status then as they do now. Now actors, to be an actor is a good status, that's providing you're working, of course, you're earning millions. But apparently the theatre actors did not have a good status. And basically, the audience, if they didn't like a performance or an actor, or they found the play was boring, they would blame the actors that they were seeing on the stage, and they would start a slow hand clap. Okay, to show the actors that they disapproved of what was going on the stage, and basically the actors' biggest fear at that time was that they were going to be caught in the claptrap. You know what I mean? And that's where the word comes from, apparently. You might know differently, but as I understand it, that's it. The actors didn't want to get caught in the claptrap. Okay, so when you hear someone mentioning, you're talking a lot of claptrap, I think that's as I understand it, that's where it came from. But gobbledygook, gibberish, I don't know where that comes from. Who's that? White, Stay Frosty, bunch of shenanigans. Sideshow, our government has failed. Well, what's your opinion? It's your opinion. Yeah. Okay, what have we got now? Okay, Butterman Bunny, thanks for streaming tonight, Ed. There's a nice change from Coco the Clown. Give me a call. Look, cheers to Coco the Clown. Cheers to Coco the Clown, okay? He grows on you. Our Prime Minister, he does grow on you. I'm like a lot of people. I thought he was a bit of a buffoon and a clown and all the rest of it, but he does go. I'm watching the speech tonight. I'm watching the speech and he delivers it really, really well. But I'm kind of wondering, is someone else wrote that speech and he's just reading it off a cue card? Is that what it is? At least with when I do videos or whatever the hell I do, at least I write my own scripts. No one else does it for me, Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, by the way, what I'm doing right now, this isn't a script. This is this is live. This is silly. I mean, if I had a script writer for what I'm doing here right now, I'd fire him. He would be sacked immediately. writing bloody scripts where this drunken bastard is talking about 3 barrels brandy because he can't get all this Scouser brandy. What kind of script is that? Okay, listen. Someone's mentioned before. I'm gonna go on in a minute. All right, White Rabbits. I think staging gets a hard time. Staging. Now, for those in other countries, America or whatever, who don't know who staging is, she's the poison dwarf. She's the Scottish fair minute. Oh, I don't want to get into it, Boris. I don't want to get. She's the Scottish first minister, and people say she looks like one of the crankies. The crankies are there. Comedy duo. The 2 crankies. This, Jimmy Cranky was. I think they're still alive, actually. Jimmy Cranky was a young, naughty schoolboy, and then they realised that he wasn't actually a schoolboy. It was actually a woman who was playing that part. But anyway, Nicholas Sturgeon. Anyway, let's see. But Nicholas. Yeah, someone's mentioned Nicholas Sturgeon, the poison dwarf. But yeah, White Rabbits. I was Scottish, mate. I like Scottish people. Listen. I make jokes about our Prime Minister. I call our own Prime Minister Coco the Clown. So we all did. I like Scottish people. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you something. When I was out in Pattaya last time, I met a lot of Scottish people who recognise me from YouTube. So to all those Scottish people out there who recognise me from YouTube and are watching this, cheers. God bless you all. I must be quite big in Scotland. Probably won't be after I just said that about Nicholas Sturgeon, but anyway, I like it, really. I like it. Okay. David Kernan, do you think you will travel in a year? Did you think you will travel in a year? I'm hoping to travel before that. I'm hoping to travel, before the year. I've said this before, but Jesus, when you get to my age, you got to treat every year as if it's your last one. I do not want to hold back on any year. I don't want to hold back on any year. I want every year to live my life. If I do for half the year, I'm quite prepared, no problem with it, to work for half the year. Don't have any problem with that. But the other half of the year, I don't mind working for half the year, provided I can live it up for the other half of the year. Now, to work any time with nothing to look forward to is, that's not on the menu for me. That's not the lifestyle that I become used to. I work for a purpose. I work so that I can live it up and I can live it up and fulfill my dreams and have my fun in the winter time. Otherwise, what's the bloody point of living? As you probably know by now, I'm not the kind of guy who's ready to shack up with a 20-stone woman and go down to my social club and play the meat draw every Friday night. That's not for me. I work, so I want to try. I will be gutted. I'll consider it, a bit of a failure of a year if I can't travel before the end of the year. But we'll see about that. No, you simply, at this moment in time, you simply can't put a date on when you travel. I know some people have, and I wish you the best of luck. But we really, really, really do not know what's going to happen in the future. But yeah, I will consider this to be a bit of a, even though I've already enjoyed myself early on, I will be disappointed, in the year 2020 if I can't travel again. And at my age, I don't want to be disappointed. I want every year to be great. I want every year to live life to the max. Because I might be dead soon. I could be dead soon. You don't live forever. You don't live forever. Okay. Come back to me, chat. Okay. Beautiful stuff. Okay. Mr. Allen, the world opens again in July and August. Okay. Really? I'm not so sure about that, mate. James Winter, if you can't travel for several years, will you take on a 20-stone girlfriend? No. No, I don't. I'm not 20 stone. I'm nowhere near that weight, regardless of what you may have thought. But no, I do not want to. I'm physically not attracted to the female equivalent of me. You know, I don't want a woman who looks like she could be the fit, you know, like me, overweight, drinking beer and brandy every night and, you know, whatever, talking gibberish. I don't want a female equivalent to me, no. I prefer my lovely Thai massage girls. Beautiful. Okay, let's see. Where do we go next? There you go. Hang on a minute. Come on to see these live streams are getting longer and longer. Like, did you get that at the start of this live stream? I mentioned sort of, you know, I'm taking to these live streams, like, you know, like somebody who's been meaning to do a karaoke for a while, but hasn't quite plucked up the courage to get on the stage and do the karaoke. But, you know, this person finally gets up and does a karaoke, and then he enjoys it so much, and he, you know, he gets such a nice response from it, and he's having a good time that you can't get the microphone away from him again. You know, he just wants to cling to that microphone. You can't get him off the stage. He wants to do another karaoke and another and another. Well, I'm sort of like that with these live streams anyway. Anyway, here we go. I'm coming to the end of this now, so I'm not coming to you more than 2 hours. Skip over Afrikaners. Leave your emotions in your suitcase. I've never heard that one before, but it sounds good. I'll think about that one. Let's see. Okay. Very sad to see so many Thai people went for food and oh jeez, I know, I've seen those videos. You know, the YouTubers made those. That's very, very sad. Hey, no, it's got to be said, hasn't it? It's got to be said. For all the problems that we've got here, they're nothing compared to what they're going to have in, you know, developing countries. And I think maybe we can still say Thailand's a developing country. At least that's the way I've always known it. And how about, you know, dear old Cambodia, and I haven't heard too much about those places. Vietnam, I travelled in Vietnam quite a bit this winter time. You know, those places have got less cases than we have here. But I don't know. I mean, you know, I still fear the West. I'm thinking Latin America, South America, Africa, you know, those countries, I don't know. I just think it's going to explode out there. I just think it is. I think it is. I'm not the only one who thinks like that. And it explodes there, the repercussions just they're gonna go on. I just wish them the best of luck anyway. I wish them the best. I wouldn't like to queue for hours for food. I don't have to do that. You know, I don't have to do that. My life's no bed of roses, but you know, I don't have to queue for food, you know, for hours on end in the hope of getting any. I mean, the worst thing that's happened to me, you know, in the past week, the disaster that's happened to me in the past week, is that I couldn't get hold of any Scouser brandy. That's the thing that, oh Jesus, that was bad enough. Not being able to get hold of Scouser brandy, oh my God, oh my, that's it, I'm going to order a truckload of it online. I can't have a disappointment like that again. No, seriously, says, you know, says, I wish the best of luck for all people in third world countries. I really, really do. But yeah. Ernest Connell, unfortunately, I'm feeling the worst. I just think it's going to explode. I think it's going to explode out there. God be with them. Okay. Australia to New Zealand with the first flight to open, I reckon. Australia to New Zealand. I've never actually been to those countries. Never been there that far, you know, down under. I just haven't been there. I think, you know, where I go, it's got a lot to do with the price of beer. And I hear the price of beer in those countries is very expensive now. I'd love to go to Australia, but I think I'd go there if I was, if I was younger, which I never will be now. I would like to go to, I would like to go to Australia and try that place, but you know, I think I'm too old. I'd like to spend 6 months working there, but I'm too old to be doing that now. But I don't know, maybe one day. Matthew Snow, sorry for buying the Scousers brandy, Eddie. It's lovely. I'll forgive you. Save some for me, mate. Listen, I've waffled on enough. We're coming to 2 hours now, okay? I didn't plan on doing. I don't think I've done a live stream yet that I've actually planned on doing. They tend to be spared ones. Listen, if I upload this and people say, "Why don't you tell us when you're doing a live stream?" You know, you know, I'm still at the experimental stage with these things, and you know, I'd love to do that, but what would be worse if I was, you know, to let anyone down, you know, to feel like, you know, because the thing is, you've got to be in the right frame of mind, and I'm not always in the right frame of mind. You know what I mean. All I'm going to say, right? Let's just see any. This Matthew's no, yeah, the Scouts brandy's all gone now. Okay, listen, I've been on for nearly 2 hours now. I will say, thanks for watching. I hope everyone's keeping the chin up in these terrible times. Let's all keep thinking positive. A number of people have been on here tonight and mentioned that they're planning on going away, maybe, you know, July, August, or in some cases maybe November, which is, I think, is a far more realistic time. Let's hope we can all be traveling soon. We don't be talking about politics and all that stuff's going on. You know, a lot of people watch this channel are people who, you know, have a connection in some way with Southeast Asia, and that's what we want to talk about. Let's keep moving. You know, let's just hope for the best. Let's hope that we're all able to travel before the year is out, because at the end of the day, you know, at the end of the day, I keep saying this, but when you get to my age, you've got to treat every year as if it's your last one. You've got to live your life, because you're not going to live forever. Okay? Thanks for everybody. God bless you all. Thanks to those guys who made the super chats. Really do appreciate that. Cheers, and I'll see you all again soon. Thank you.